Hey girl, hey. Or guys, I don't know who's here, but whoever you are, hello. I am finally back with another video after I don't know how long, but this is the very first video that I actually took a decent amount of time out to organize or plan. So as you can see by the title, I will be talking about 5 things I would do differently if I had the opportunity to go back to high school. So before I start, if you're watching this and you have already finished high school, let us know down in the comments or give the girls or the guys some advice for those who are starting high school or that are still in high school that you wish you would have known before you finished. Because there's a lot of stuff I wish I would have known or done differently, but then I wouldn't live to tell the story. So here we go. So I'll give you my top 5 reasons the top 5 things I'll be changing and the reasons for doing so. So that is not the order. Like, I had to write everything down, y'all, because I'll be yapping all the time. Hi, miss. Okay, so the first thing is organization. So my parents were very clean. I don't know, organized and clean, not really the same thing, maybe close, I don't know. But I didn't really have a lot of experience with that growing up. So when I got to high school and I was getting stacks of homework and having to take books home and journals and notebooks and folders for every class, I really didn't know what to do, because in middle school I didn't have to do all that because I didn't get homework in middle school. Speaking of, that made everything so much more difficult because, okay, so the first one is organized as studying, so I'm not really rambling, they go together. So I didn't have experience studying or organizing in junior high because the school I went to, I feel like the curriculum was not as strict and things just came easily to me, so I didn't really have to prepare for them or study for them. So high school, I went to a magnet school. I actually had to apply to get into that school, and so a lot of the kids that I was in school with, they were in private schools or magnet schools beforehand, and they had this experience because it was a part of their curriculum. Oh my gosh, I'm running out of breath. Okay, so this made it very difficult for me to even just focus in class because there was so much information being thrown at me and I did not know how to write it down. So I'm trying to write down every single word that I'm hearing my teacher speak. Therefore, I'm not really paying attention or able to grasp the concept because I'm so focused on making sure I jot down everything that I'm hearing, which was not a lot. And it showed very quickly in my first semester of high school that I was not prepared because I got my first, what was it, a B? No, I'm lying. I think it was a C. I got my first, basically I was a straight A student until high school. I got a C, that was my first like bad grade. And I just knew, I was like, yeah, my mom is going to get me real good. And so, yeah, long story short, my mom took all of my electronics. I could only use them for school. I could only watch TV in the living room. She took my doorknob, my door, so took the whole door first, and then eventually I got them back in the order of the door, no doorknob, then got the doorknob. I still didn't have my electronics or my phone or anything like that until the summertime, after I had already got my grades up for the next semester, and summertime came. She's like, okay, you can have your stuff back. So it was pretty long, but I learned my lesson. Okay, I learned my lesson. I started doing my work. So again, it goes back to organization. Make sure that you're writing things down if you need to, because for me, my memory is terrible. So writing things down, or like huge, write it on a calendar, put it in your phone, since we're always on our phones. If you have a phone, put it in your phone as a reminder so that you see it every day, or you see it before the next day. You set it for the end of the day, so at nighttime you're getting ready for bed, like, oh, okay, I have this coming up, I need to make sure that I'm studying for that. Make sure I look over my notes. If there's something that I don't understand, that I'm asking my teacher about it in advance, or I'm asking my classmates, see if someone can help me figure out whatever it is that I'm having a hard time with. Excuse me, y'all. I got asthma, and I'd be having a hard time sometimes breathing and talking at the same time. Anywho, y'all, I look like an old lady, but I love it. It's so cute. It's so cute. Yeah, so be organized. Buy journals, planners. Oh my gosh, this is like my favorite thing now. I want y'all to see my notes, but glitter pens. Oh my gosh, I love glitter. I'm like obsessed with glitter. So if you like colorful stuff or like glitter stuff, sparkly stuff like that, buy them because it helps you focus. Well, I don't know if focus is the right word, but it makes it easier to go back and look at my notes, because when I have everything in black and white, it's boring and it doesn't stimulate my brain. I'm like, I really don't want to go back because that's a lot. But when you have every topic in a different color, it doesn't feel like you're looking at the same information over and over, just written down on a page. So colored pens are like, no, sticky notes, stuff like that. Just use colors. They make it so much easier to study. As far as organization goes, just have a good backpack. Keep your classes, so like your folders, journals, handouts, stuff like that. Make sure you have a designated folder or binder for every class, and you put the things inside. So before you leave class, whatever you got from your teacher that day, put it in that folder. Don't just stick it in the front of your bag or in a pocket or fold it, because then over time, you're gonna accumulate more junk, and then you're not gonna know where stuff is, and you're not gonna be prepared for class. Makes sense. Okay, breathe. Oh, Jesus, help me. Breathe. Okay, so the next one is join clubs. This one was huge for me, especially in my senior year, because I was dealing with a lot of anxiety and depression. And y'all know this. A lot of anxiety and depression comes from not being organized and not being prepared, because you don't know what to expect because you did not prepare for the unexpected. Jesus. Okay, anyway. Join clubs. So if that's like dancing, I did dance a little bit. I didn't stay on it. I've tried every sport that there is for at least a day. Yeah, not really my thing. But then I found ROTC, and I love ROTC. I love the structure. I love learning I loved learning leadership skills. Oh, that's a tongue twister. Never mind. Anyway, leadership skills are huge for pretty much anything that you're gonna do in your life. So like getting into college, you doing interviews or getting your first job interviews, you learn how to be confident, you learn how to lead others. Just being bold and feeling confident that you know what you're talking about, or even if you don't know what you're talking about, you're not scared to learn or communicate with others who may seem like they have more authority than you do, or that they know more than you do. It's easy for you to have a conversation with someone else. So JROTC, absolutely recommend. I loved it. I wish I could redo all 4 years of that, because it was awesome. I did run club, yoga, bike club, anything with a club on the end, I probably did it. The only thing I did not do that I wish I would have was academic decathlon. So if school isn't really your thing, this is definitely going to challenge you, because you have to study a lot. They actually do competitions where you go and you compete like on a stage and stuff like that. It seemed super fun, and then for my classmates that went, I was like, dang, I wish I would have gone. But like I said, I did not have the tools to know how to study, and I also did not really hang out with people, which made it harder because I was a loner. So it's like, how do you get to hang out with people and learn how to interact with people if you don't try to do that, or if you're not around people? So a good way to meet people is by joining clubs. It also looks good when you're trying to get into colleges, and even if you don't know if you want to go to college, just do it anyway, because you don't know, and it'll benefit you in a lot of ways. So let's talk about confidence, leadership skills. You get to meet people from different backgrounds and cultures. So more than likely you're gonna do that anyway when you're in class, but a lot of times the conversations that we have in class don't really go further than what we're talking about in class. So when you join a club, you get to meet people because you're meeting new people, and you kind of bond to a person because obviously you don't know anyone, but y'all are doing activities together, and then as time goes by, you get to learn more about that person. So that's huge, especially just like when you become an adult and you're around people at work or at college, and you're like, oh my god, what are they doing? Because you've never seen it before, because you haven't been around anybody that's not from your same culture or background. So it's really important to get around people who are a lot different from you. Why are you stuttering? I don't know. Stop stuttering. Slow down. Slow down. Okay. I really gotta breathe, y'all. My chest is like trying to take me out. Okay. Number 3. Make friends. This one is make friends, y'all. That's all I gotta say. I had maybe 1 to 2. So freshman year, I started out with like 2-3 friends, and then by second semester freshman year, I didn't have any friends. Not because I was a bad friend, I was just like focused on other things, and people annoyed me. I had a very short fuse, and if someone did one thing I did not like, I was like, okay, yeah, we're done. I ain't got time for that. It also, because I was a loner and I had anxiety and all that stuff, I spent most of my time, so like at lunchtime, I would sit by myself, I would walk by myself, or go to my teacher's classroom and I would eat my lunch in there. I would go to the library, like anywhere where I could just be by myself. That's what I did. And I regret it now because I don't have any memories with any friends from high school or just people in there. I don't have any pictures. I don't have any of that because I was by myself. So I was like, I don't even take pictures of myself. But that's a lie, because I also wish I would have taken pictures of myself, and I did not do that. So I'm just gonna add that. Take pictures, take lots of pictures, because you know one day that's gonna be all you have left is pictures. And I think it's really cool to be able to show like your kids or even your grandparents, your family that's older than you, like show them what you're doing in school, and just for the future, so you can look back and be like, wow, I remember this day, and just like tell a story. So that's huge. Memories, bonds. You want to create bonds. You want to have different experiences. There's so much that I missed out on because I was just too afraid to go out by myself. And I don't mean like actually go out by myself, but go somewhere without like my parents, or go to people's houses. My mom is weird. She's a loner too, so I feel like I get a lot of that from her, and I'm blaming her for it, okay? But now that I'm an adult, I'm changing that for myself. But as far as growing up and all that, yeah, my parents didn't really let me go over anyone's house anyway. So when I got to high school, it was like, okay, I went all this time without hanging out with people and going to their houses and going to parties. And I was high school and I had the opportunity to because my parents would allow me to. But I was just like, I went this long, why I gotta do it now? Why should I do it now? Again, I regret not doing that. So put in the effort to meet people and create relationships with them and make bonds with them and memories and all that, okay? Because trust me, when it's over, you're gonna wish that you did it. My mom, my grandma, everyone told me you're gonna wish you could go back to high school, and I'm like, no, I can't wait to get to high school. Every day I'm like, dang, I wish I could go back to high school. Because adulting it's great, but it's so much easier to be in high school, y'all. It's so much easier. Let's see. Oh, okay, so we go back to number one. So number one, we're talking about organizing and studying, and this relates more to the studying part. So you have friends. If you have friends, it makes studying easier, especially because y'all are taking the same classes. So if you're struggling with one subject and you understand something that your friend doesn't, then y'all can sit together and discuss what's going on and then make it easier for y'all to learn in that class. It also makes it fun to study in groups if y'all are responsible. Just be responsible, okay? Don't be playing. Do the work, okay? Study with friends, guys. So I remember a lot of my classmates did study in like big groups, and they went out to like little restaurants and stuff, but when they shared these houses and they studied in groups. I mean, they played and stuff, you know, they had fun, but they had really good grades. I feel like they were really smart in class. They always knew what was going on, and I was sitting there like, because I didn't study. I didn't know how to study, and I didn't reach out to ask for help for someone to teach me how to study. So I wish that I would have taken advantage of those study groups and just kind of put myself in that situation so that I could have done better in high school. I miss a huge one here. Studying is so important for future opportunities. So like I said, even if you don't know if you want to go to college, it's important to take advantage of the resources that you have when you first start school, so that if you decide later on, okay, I do want to go to college, and you have really good grades, GPA, grade point average. I did not know about this until senior year of high school. That is how lost I was, because I was all in my head and stuck on stuff that had just was not even important, okay, y'all? So yeah, if you start early on and you make sure that you do everything you need to do in that year, doing your assignments to the best of your ability, and you're maximizing your grades, when it's time to go to college, you can get scholarships and grants and all that, which means you're not paying money out of pocket. I work full time. I pay for college out of pocket. I take out loans. My parents don't pay for school. So it's tough. It's hard for me to be there 100% as a student and then also be there 100% as an employee, because at work I'm like, okay, I have an exam coming up, so I'm not 100% there. And then at school I'm like, dang, when I get out of school I gotta go to work. So I wish that I would have applied myself a lot more while I was in high school, so that I could have had school paid for and I wouldn't have to worry about working. I could focus more on studying and actually enjoying my time in college. Okay, this one is huge for y'all, and I know y'all about to be like, oh my gosh, Paris. Yes, dating. Just don't do it. No, don't do it. all I can say is don't do it. That's really all I can say. I have nothing bad to say necessarily. As far as me and my first boyfriend in high school, of course we grew apart, and I don't even know if we really liked each other. We just allowed our friends to put us together, you know, because that's what kids do. And we learned a lot from each other, so I'm very grateful that I was able to experience that, so that I can tell you ladies, you little young ladies, don't do it. You don't need it. You don't need to do it. So when you go back in this video and you hear me talking, I was focused on other things. I was focused on that boy. I was focused on my boyfriend. That was it. I didn't care about having friends because every time I got any free time, I wanted to be with him. And then also he was, how old was he? Like 2 or 3 years older than I was. So by the time I got to sophomore year, he was going to his first year of college. And I know you're like, oh my gosh, that's so weird. No, it's not. My parents did not play that, and his didn't either. Our relationship was very monitored from the start, and it was just like, y'all are annoying. Like, why are you doing this? But yeah, so for that reason, I didn't hang out with friends, because on the weekends he was driving from wherever he was coming from college and coming to get me, because I wanted to hang out with him. I didn't want to be with no friends because I didn't see my boyfriend all week. And for that reason, I did not make any memories or get to hang out, and I missed out on parties and all kinds of stuff because I was so focused on being with my boyfriend. And also, it makes it hard to have friends, I guess, because especially guys as friends when you have a boyfriend in high school, because you're like, well, I don't want to be unfaithful to my boyfriend, but it's like, y'all aren't benefiting each other. Y'all are both still living with your parents. You're not paying any bills. There's nothing that y'all can do for each other. I mean, it's okay to like someone and emotionally be there for support, help each other out with school, just go out and have fun. But as far as being in a committed relationship in high school, it's a lot of stress, like unnecessary stress. I didn't really have this experience, but I know that there were students I was in school with that were in relationships that dated in school, so they both went to the same school. And there was just a lot of drama all the time. You would see them like arguing in the hallways or crying or breaking up, getting back together. And I was just like, y'all are doing too much. And even now when I think, I'm like, y'all are doing too much. But I still wish that I would not have dated, because I missed out on so much. Time when I should have been focusing on school and studying and stuff like that. I was focused on being on the phone all night with my boyfriend. And that's what I did. So don't do it. I promise you can wait. It is okay to like a boy. It's okay to like a girl. It is okay to say, hey, this is like my best friend or whatever, and y'all hang out and y'all have fun together. But as far as committing to someone, just, you're too young. You don't really know what's going on. You don't know what you want. Trust me, you don't. My mom told me the same thing, and I was like, girl, in my head, girl, you don't know. I love him. No. Don't do it. That's just don't do it. Let's see. What else? Oh, really big thing, personal growth. So I feel like when you're focused on a relationship so young, when you don't even know who you are, because you're still growing, because you're still a kid. Yes, at 15, you're still a kid. At 18, you're still a kid. You don't know what you want. You don't even know what you need to do after you graduate. So you miss out on a lot of self-development opportunities, because you're focused on another person when your main focus should be you and developing yourself and learning the things that you like to do, learning things that you don't like to do. So yeah, don't date in high school. Just don't do it. All right. And like I said, I'm glad that I've had the experience, because if I did not, I would not be here to tell the story. So don't do it. Okay. This is, I think, a really beneficial one. But like I said, if school's not for you, but I'm gonna share it anyway. Take college credit courses over AP classes. So to me, AP classes were just the same classes I would take, right? So there's a regular class and there's an advanced class. Advanced placement is what it stands for. It's just a little more stress, or maybe a lot more stress, for nothing. So you get to take a placement exam at the end. So I think only in senior year. I could be saying this wrong. So if I'm wrong and you know that, let me know in the comments, but just roll with me. You take the AP test, and I think, what did I just do? Okay, you take the AP test and nothing. Wait, I'm thinking you get credit for, no, you don't. You just don't have to take like the SAT and stuff like that. I feel like that is wrong. Anyway, just ignore, just completely disregard that. College credit. Okay, so the benefits of taking college credit courses. College credit courses, yes, in high school, you kind of eliminate some of the classes you have to take your freshman year of college, which means you have a little more wiggle room to play around with your classes, and you have more free time so you can experience more things, you can have fun, you can join organizations, like you just have a little bit more time. Also, it gives you that experience of being in a college course before you actually get to college so that you know what to expect. So someone that goes straight in and they don't know what the load is going to be like, they don't know what looking at a syllabus is like, and planning out your schedule for like the school year, they don't know what that's like because they didn't have to do it. So you having the opportunity to do that beforehand puts you ahead of those who did not. So if you have the opportunity to take college credit courses, that I definitely recommend it. I did a few my sophomore year. I did like 6 classes, I think. And so I had credit for those by the time I got to college, and I think that's why, well, no, I know I finished my associates in a year, or maybe like a year and a couple months, but it usually takes 2 years. But I had so many classes already that I was like, we're good, we're done. Yeah, so that is, I think that is all. I feel like I'm gonna add a little bit in here because there's a lot more that can be said. There's always more to be said, y'all. And I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Girl. Oh, no, I don't even, I'm gonna say that for another video because that's not even related to high school. Kind of is, but not really. Don't date, y'all. Don't do it. God, please don't let them date. Put it in their hearts not to date, God, because just focus on you, baby. Just do you, okay? Do you and have friends and enjoy being a young adult. I mean, I'm still a young adult, but I'm 24. And there's just so much stuff that I wish I would have done because now trying to do it, I know I still can in college. I just feel like an old lady. Just like, girl, you're 24 years old in here. Everybody else is like 18, 19 in these groups. I'm just like, yeah, no. So anywho, yeah. This actually went very well. Okay, Paris. Thank you, God, for giving me the right words to say because I was struggling, y'all. I was just like, I've been wanting to make this video for a long time, and I just really didn't know what to say. So today I was like, Lord Jesus, if you will, help me plan this out because I think that there's people that need to hear this and I want to share it with them. So yeah, one more thing I'm gonna add, always be yourself, y'all. I tried so hard to be everybody but myself in high school, and not to a point that I was looking for like attention. It's just like I was like, oh, this girl's really cute, I want to dress like her. Oh, I love her hair, I want to do my hair like hers. Oh, I love how she talks, I want to talk like her. And in that, I was always anxious and unhappy with myself because I was trying to be like everybody else. Just be yourself because there's only one you. There's only one you. Yeah, so be yourself and don't let people tell you anything about you because they don't know you. I don't know what you heard about me, but you don't know me. Tell them they don't know you. They don't know you. Just be you so that people can get to know you. Because otherwise you give off a false persona and then people expect you to act a certain way because you are acting like someone else, and then when you don't show up as that person you're acting like, they're like, oh, you're being fake, but you're like, no, I'm not, I'm just being myself. You don't have to deal with that if you're yourself from the start and just stay that way. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end this video. I'm gonna end this video here because I need my inhaler. But I love you all and thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions or any video recommendations, I will happily read through them in the comments. I do plan on making more videos like this to help out younger girls because I wish I had that growing up and I really didn't. So it's like kind of like a big sister network. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. Also, big sister to little sister, little brother, whatever it is, I'm gonna be giving advice to y'all. So yeah, I hope you guys have a blessed day and I will see you on the next video. Bye.